Thank you, Nick. And now we'll have our second One Nation candidate for Murrumba, Karen Haddock.
I hope I'm loud enough. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to Lawrence, where he's hiding, there he is, and Guy and all the wonderful people of the Mango Hill Progress Association for hosting tonight. Without people like you, we wouldn't have nights like this, so thank you for that. I'd also like to thank you guys for turning out. It's quite a decent crowd and it's refreshing to see so many people interested in learning more about their candidates and making a really informed decision this election. I think we can all agree that this election is going to be a really important one. So thank you for turning up. I wish there were more of you, to be honest. My name's Karen Haddock. I am a local school teacher and a former police officer. I live in Kalanga with my family. We've lived there since 2006, and I'm really passionate about community service. I'm so passionate about community service that I've spent most of my time working in the public service for around about 20 years now, combined in education and in policing. I do a lot of volunteer work, and I spend a lot of nights in various community group meetings. I'm a regular person. I'm not a career politician, and I believe that politicians really need to be public servants, first and foremost. I think a lot of them have lost their way and they're taking you for granted. They're taking all of us for granted, and that needs to change. They need to be working for us more as a community and not on their own careers, and most certainly not on their own re-election. It's really sad. Something that really shocks me is the rise in crime in this area. I know a lot of people have talked about crime, but having spent 10 years as a police officer, I know that I haven't seen anything like what's going on at the moment. Crime has risen more than 70% in the past 4 years at the Mango Hill North Lakes Division. I spend a lot of my time number crunching, reading annual reports and statistics. So I've done the maths on that, and it's something really worrying when you compare it to the state average at that same period of time of 18.2%. 70% versus 18. We've just got to get a grip on things. It's gotten out of control. I don't know what's been going on, but no one's at the helm. Now, I don't blame the police for this. What I do admit, though, is we've got a problem. We've got a big problem. Something that really worries me is juvenile crime. My son goes to a school locally, and I don't let him walk home now. It's ridiculous. He's 15 years old. He should be allowed to walk home. It's not safe. Over the last couple of weeks of last term, there are a number of fairly serious assaults on the children walking home from school by kids out on bail. Out on bail for serious assaults already against the community. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's ridiculous. We should not be bailing violent people so that they can go and do more harm to the community. It's ridiculous. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the story of young Angus Beaumont, a 15-year-old boy down at Redcliffe. It's a horrible story and I really don't want to share it, but I think you need to hear it. It will show you just how much we need to reform the criminal justice system. It's just ridiculous. This poor boy was minding his own business, out shopping, not that late at night, had a meal at McDonald's, was walking home when two 14-year-old boys, already out on bail for other serious offences, who should not have been out on bail, took his life, stabbed him to death and left him to die in the gutter. Sorry, but I know the parents, and it's a little bit hard. It's just disgusting. Our government has failed. As for education, well, I know firsthand we're not succeeding there either. Outcomes are so poor that it's commonplace now that we've got children years behind their age-based peers. Years behind. They're never going to catch up. It's got to change. Some people ask me, Karen, why have you joined One Nation? And I'll tell you this, it's because they look at things differently, and somebody's got to. We might be pretty small, but we hit pretty hard. The party allows its members to conscience vote on issues where it doesn't have policy, and to me that's pretty damn important, because I have a conscience, and I most certainly will be exercising it. Some people say if you vote for a minor party in this election, it's a wasted vote. I think it's anything but. Our major parties have let us down, and you need to give them a kick in the bum. Let them know that they need to do better for us. It's just not good enough. If you are worried that this election is going to turn into a fight between the major parties, by all means, put them next. Put your preferred party next. No harm done, if you're right. But give us your first preference, because we actually give a damn. We're running 90 candidates in 93 seats, so we actually do have a chance of taking power in this election. And I think Queensland would be a damn better place if we did. Now, even if we're not successful, we have a really good chance of holding the balance of power. That's a very important position to be holding. It's one that allows you to negotiate really strongly for your electorate, and it provides checks and balances that we don't have because we don't have a Senate here in Queensland, which means that the government can pass anything they want, as long as they've got the numbers. It's kind of a crazy situation, really. Put us in, we'll be your checks and balances. Thank you for listening. I'm Karen Haddock. Woo!